Right now, you can switch off the noise and let a small inner lamp point you to the next right step. You don't need more information, you need clearer access to the knowing that is already inside you. Settle into that idea like a hand finding a warm pocket. Find a comfortable position, sitting with your feet on the floor or lying down if that feels better. Rest your hands lightly on your belly, where you can feel the rise and fall of your breath. Soften your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. If it feels safe, close your eyes. If not, soften your gaze toward the floor. Breathe in gently through the nose and out through the mouth, or use a quieter in through the nose, out through the nose breath if that's steadier for you. If it helps, try one gentle count. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6, or simply follow whatever breath rhythm feels natural. There is no perfect way to breathe here, only the one that brings you home to your body. Now bring attention to the soles of your feet. Notice any contact with the ground, the slight pressure, the temperature, the texture. Allow that sensation to be an anchor. Move your awareness slowly up through your calves into your knees. Feel the soft space behind your knees, the weight of the lower legs. Continue guiding attention up into your thighs. Notice a sense of support where your body meets the chair or the floor. Soften your pelvis. Let the belly beneath your hands relax, like a small harbor opening. Notice the subtle expansion with each inhalation and the gentle contraction with each exhale. Move your awareness up into the lower back and the heart center. Sense the weight of your chest, the rhythm of your breath as it becomes a steady tide. Let your shoulders melt a fraction more. Let the neck lengthen. Bring a warm, curious attention to the face and allow your brow to smooth. If a thought pulls you away at any point, guide it back as if coaxing a child across a stream, patient, steady, without force. There is no hurry here. You are returning to a place that knows how to hold you. If this quiet pause has shifted something, a little easing, a lightness, a sense of clarity, leave one single word in the comments naming that feeling. Clarity, warmth, ease, calm. That one word helps others know what this moment can offer. No pressure, just a single word, honest and simple. Now bring your attention deeper into the belly, into the soft place beneath your hands. Imagine a small, smooth crystal resting there, no larger than a pebble, about the size of a coin. Its surface is cool to the touch at first, then gently warming to match your skin. Picture its color as lavender, not loud, but quiet and luminous, like twilight caught inside glass. With each in-breath, imagine the lavender crystal brightening a little, a slow pulse that keeps time with your breath. It begins small and centered, a contained light. Notice the texture in your mind's eye, a polished curve, a faint internal shimmer, a tiny star caught within. This crystal is not something foreign to you. It is a symbol of your capacity to sense beyond words, a seat of embodied knowing at the center of your body. Sense the crystal's temperature, a soft warmth spreading outward like the first gentle sun on cool stone. Notice a subtle vibration, the kind you might feel when you hold a cup of tea after it's been heated, calming, clear, alive. Each breath makes that vibration steadier. Each exhale carries away what is noisy or urgent, leaving a quieter field inside. Now the crystal invites an inner meeting. Imagine, without needing to plan or perform, a doorway in the space above the crystal. One by one, 5 figures step through, not flesh and bone in the usual sense, but images that feel familiar and kind. You will meet them briefly. Each offers a small, practical gift, something you can carry back with you as a nudge toward clarity. The teacher arrives first. They might appear as a figure with a soft, steady look. Older or younger, it doesn't matter. Only the sense of steady wisdom. The teacher's gift is a short phrase, a distilled direction, perhaps a word like simplify, ask, or wait. Notice how that phrase settles in the belly near the lavender crystal. It is not a long lecture, it is a small compass point. The healer follows. This presence brings warmth and attention to any places that feel tender. The healer might press a palm gently to the area where the crystal sits and offer a physical sense, a loosening, a brief buzzing, a warmth that says permission to be whole enough to choose. This is not about fixing everything at once. It is about making space to follow next steps without fearing collapse. The librarian appears next. Imagine a quiet library opening within your belly, tiny shelves lining the walls. The librarian's gift is a clear instruction. Write it down. They hand you a pebble-sized book or a slip of paper with a single word, a phrase, or an image. The librarian reminds you that the first test of any inner impression is to record it, even one line, so you can compare what you felt with what happens next. The wanderer steps in, like a breeze carrying maps. Their gift is movement, a small map, a direction that points toward motion rather than certainty. Perhaps it feels like a path leading left, or a tiny nudge to make a call, or a suggestion to go for a short walk and see what changes. The wanderer's counsel is practical. Try something small and reversible. Finally, the child appears with clear eyes and open curiosity. The child reminds you of simple yeses and nos. What feels like a warm yes? What brings a tiny smile? The child offers permission to be playful and to test impressions without heavy consequence. Their gift usually feels light, a spontaneous idea, a small experiment that asks nothing grand in return. There may also be a quiet guardian nearby, like a lamp at the doorway, steady and watchful. If you notice a sense of protection, allow it to hold the edges of whatever arises. If you prefer not to imagine a guardian, simply notice the containment around your crystal. Either way, you are held. Now, with these companions present as subtle tones in the background, invite yourself to ask one short, urgent question. Keep it brief. You can speak it aloud or hold it inside. Good examples are, what do I need now? Which step next? Or is this the right call? Avoid complex trivia. Make it a question that can be answered with a sensation, an image, or a single word. Ask that question now. Once, simply. Notice how the body responds when you ask. The answer will likely not come as a sentence. It may arrive as a temperature in the belly, a slight tilt of the torso, a flash of color, an image of a door, or a feeling of lightness or tightening. It might be a soft yes sensation, like warmth behind the sternum, or a small pull toward the left or right. Trust the sense more than the grammar. You may feel a gentle movement in the area of the lavender crystal, a subtle shift in pressure, a tiny expansion or contraction. Perhaps you see, briefly, a path lit by dim lanterns. Maybe you notice a memory surfacing, an image of a moment when you acted in alignment and it felt right. All of these are valid forms of answer. If nothing seems to happen immediately, that is okay. Sometimes the first response is simply a quieting, a settling. Allow your curiosity to be patient. You can return to the question later, without judgment. The practice is not about success on the first try. It is about increasing your sensitivity and learning to translate impressions into action. As you hold whatever impression arises, notice its tone. Is it soft or sharp, warm or cool, urgent or gentle? Ask yourself, where in my body does this impression live? Is it in the belly near the crystal, in the chest, in the throat, at the base of the skull? Put your hand there for a moment and feel into it. Now translate that inner impression into one tiny, reversible step you can take within the next hour. The rule is simple. Make it specific, small, and undoable if needed. Examples. Send a 2-sentence message to a colleague asking to clarify a single point. Step outside for a 15-minute walk to test whether movement brings clarity. Set a timer for 10 minutes and draft a short note. Say no to one request that drains you. Move a meeting by 1 hour. Make water and sit with it for 5 minutes. If your impression felt like warmth toward a person, your tiny step might be a brief check-in text. Quick thought, can we talk for 5 minutes today? If the impression felt like a pull toward movement, your step could be exactly that. Stand up and walk to the window, or step outside the building for a short stretch. If the librarian's message was to write, commit to jotting the impression down now in a notebook or a notes app. Record the word, the image, the sensation, and the tiny action you will take. Choose one tiny step now and hold it in your mind. Keep it specific: what you will do, when you will do it, and for how long. The simpler the better. This is how intuition becomes useful when it is translated into a small, testable action. Before you act, form a short intention phrase to anchor the experience. Make it 2 to 4 words. Examples: I choose clarity. One small test: I move gently. Put your hands on your belly where the lavender crystal rests. Feel the connection between the phrase and the gentle pulse of the light there. Say the phrase silently or aloud and repeat it twice, letting each repetition feel like a small sealing of the insight. Now carry the crystal's light up through your torso. Imagine its lavender glow rising like a small lantern, passing the heart, the throat, and touching the area between the eyebrows, a soft, cool illumination at the center of your head. This is not an explosion of power. It is a steady, portable lamp you can carry in your body. It doesn't make everything certain. It makes you more able to notice the nudges that matter. If an image or a phrase caught you during this practice, write it down now. The librarian asks only that you honor this act of recording. Even a single line will do: the word you felt, the map you saw, or the tiny action you chose. Note the time you plan to act and the exact step. This is the bridge between inner sensing and outer testing. Remember that answers given as sensations are meant to be tested gently. Take the small step, observe what happens, and then compare it to the impression. Over time, this practice trains your system to recognize reliable nudges and to ignore the noise. You are amplifying a natural faculty, not acquiring a magical override. If any moment in this process brings up something heavy or beyond the scope of this practice, ongoing mental health concerns, crises, or anything requiring professional support, consider reaching out to an appropriate professional. This meditation is for gentle activation of intuition and practical clarity, not a substitute for medical, psychological, or legal care. When you are ready to come back, keep your hands on the belly for a beat longer. Feel the small lavender light as a steady pulse, like a heart inside a heart. Let its warmth consolidate the choice you made. Slowly begin to reintroduce movement. Wiggle your toes, feel them meet the floor. Roll your wrists, notice the weight of your hands. Stretch the arms if that feels right. Allow your breath to become a little fuller. When you feel ready, open your eyes softly. Take a moment to notice the room and your place in it. If you made a note, keep it where you can see it. Before you go, name the tiny step aloud or to yourself, and give yourself permission to test it without needing perfection. The purpose here is immediate, small experiments that teach you what your inner lamp means. You can return to this practice whenever a decision feels cloudy or you simply want to tune in to your own guidance. The lavender light is portable. The teacher, healer, librarian, wanderer, and child are metaphors for the voices inside you that offer direction, comfort, record-keeping, adventure, and curiosity. Meet them again when you need them. As you move into the next moments, carry one soft affirmation. I can notice, I can test, I can act. This is not about grand guarantees. It is about practical activation, a way to bring your felt sense into the small actions that create clarity. If this session offered something for you, consider saving it to return to later, or share it with someone who might benefit from a gentle inner lamp. Subscribe for more guided activations like this if you'd like to practice regularly. Come back whenever you need to wake this part of you. It is waiting, patient and steady, a light you can carry into the world.